Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight we're bringing you the Dirty Old Bastards World 100 Dream event here live from the Eldora Seedway located in Rossburg, Ohio. My name is Brett Will, thank you for joining us here. We're getting set for the end of warm-up. We'll get straight into the 100 lapper here this evening to crown the first ever Dirty Old Bastards Dream World 100 winner here tonight. First of all, let me say thank you to everyone over the past 3 or 4 days. The support has been overwhelming. I can't thank you all enough for what you all have done. To Chris Roberts, Chris Brenner, Matthew Henninger, I can't say enough about you guys. I literally at a loss for words, and I mean, if you're ever in Discord with me, you know that you know I'm always talking smack, but you know I love a good time and stuff like that, and for what you guys have done for not only me but also my family, what you guys have. Yeah, but the money you guys have been able to raise, I'm not gonna lie, it brought a tear to my eye, guys. It's something special. You guys are an amazing community. For everybody that's, you know, chipped in. Zane Scott for putting on the race yesterday. For the race that we'll be doing in a couple of days' time, you know, I can't wait for that one. To TTL, UW Motorsports, TeamVLR.com, the street stock race you guys are putting on. I can't wait to go out there and kick your butt. To V8s Online as well, thanks for jumping on board for that street stock race. Yeah, I really, there's almost no words to describe what you guys have been able to do for me and my family now. It's like I said, I'm pretty much speechless. But moving away from that, this is the first broadcast that we're doing. In fact, we've got a new microphone, so you shouldn't hear all that much background noise anymore. The mic should be a lot clearer. And yeah, first broadcast in over a week, so I'm nervous. I'm excited, and let's get after it. Before we go any further, let's play the American National Anthem. Alright, we are just over 1 minute away from rolling into the official race for the Dream 100 here for the Dirty Old Bastards. Big thanks to those guys for once again allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to broadcast their special events race. Obviously the last 2 nights they've had these events going on, and they've been able to set the field for this evening. I meant to have 24 starters here, but unfortunately we've only got about half the field, but it still shouldn't take away from the first ever Dream 100 here, presented by the Dirty Old Bastards. At the moment, we've got 12 guys getting ready to roll off in just under 30 seconds time. We'll have the grid for you in a moment. We'll have our City Group Holdings starting grid. A big thanks to those guys. Big thanks to Colby's Eye Paint as well. Make sure you check them out on the web. You can check out City Group Holdings at www.cedi.com. That's C-E-D-I. You can check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook, and also Wicked Cushion. Check out Wicked Cushion Facebook, Twitter as well. Make sure you give them a like, give them a thumbs up, and just show your appreciation for what they do in supporting not only Ultimate Dirt TV but also the iRacing community. As we now get set to roll off our main event. In fact, let's get that there. And let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole in the 007, it'll be Corey Zatinsky. To his outside, the 16 of Chad Miller. At a position number 3, in fact, let's get this rolling right now. It is 73 of Alan Samel, and the 77, Aaron Schaefer, lines up at a position 4.
Welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble.
77, Aaron Schaefer starts out of position 4. At position 5, the 93 of Chris Roberts. To his outside in Canavanani, it's Jeff Fitzpatrick. At a position number 7 in Canada 32, it is James Taylor. To his outside, it's the 9 of Drew Neal. At a position 21, the 21 of Tyler Henselman. At a position 9, that is. At a position 10, the 25 Jesse Bandy. Joshua Secor and Jesse Hare line up row number 6. And that is our 12-car feature here for tonight's Dream 100 here, live from the Eldora Speedway located in Rossburg, Ohio. Yes, Tony Stewart's backyard. His pride and joy on the line. We can see the new updates, the tyre tracks as well. It is set to bring in a cushion, hopefully a cushion that is not overpowering from what we've seen over the past, let's say, season or two. Well, the time for talk is over. We are finally getting set for our first 100-lapper of the season. And it is Zatinsky and Miller, teammates on the front row. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing rhymes with 100, but here we go. Green flag is out and we are underway. And Corey Zatinsky leads down into turn number 1 and 2. The 73 of Alan Samel on the inside looking for second. But Chad Miller right up on the back bumper of Corey Zatinsky as they go into 3 and 4. Roberts on the inside of Schaefer. There was a little contact there. Schaefer now 3 wide as James Taylor comes through in the 32 along with Fitzpatrick. And caution is out for the first time. And it looks like the 9 of Drew Neal are going to come back onto the racetrack. Obviously missing the grid there. So that'll be our first caution now. To get this 100-lapper in the books, the first yellow will not count towards the 100-lapper. So any caution from here on out, we will add 3 laps to the total distance here this evening. I think it was just caused by the car coming out of the pits there, KR. So the light's still on the base truck. As we roll down the back straight, it'll be single file. The 007 of Corey Zatinsky, your race leader. Followed by Chad Miller in the 16. The 73 of Alan Samel rides in third. The 93 of Chris Roberts In 4th, the 32 of James Taylor. In position 5, we go back to Jeff Fitzpatrick. In position 6, Jesse Bandy. In 7th, Aaron Schaefer. 8th, Tyler Henselman. In 9th, Jesse Hare. In 10th, Joshua Secor. In 11th, and Drew Neal, 1 lap down. Coming out in 12th. So, white flag is still at lap 100. As I said, the first caution will not count. Here we go. Corey Zatinsky gets us back underway here at Eldora. Keep an eye through the middle of the pack right now. Roberts got pressure from the 32 of Taylor on the inside. Samel now into position number 3, trying to run down the 16 of Chad Miller. Here in the early goings and the early parts of the Dream 100 here, presented by Dirty Old Bastards. It's a long race. These guys don't need to do anything silly in the early parts, but you can imagine these guys will want to get to the front. Caution in 3 and 4. We got the 04 of Jesse Hare and the 25 of Jesse Bandy as well. So the two Jessies coming together. Let's take a look at a Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. So that's the 25 of Jesse Bandy. Just, it's a bit of a racing type deal. The 04 was looking to come on the inside, and Bandy in the 25 just sort of coming off the wall, so no one's fault on that one. Just a bit of a racing type deal. In fact, let's have a look from the left rear suspension of that car, and you'll see the 04 coming through. In fact, let's go to the left front, because this is where the action will happen. Oh, that was a hard hit there. And one more time on a replay here on the 04 machine of Jesse Hare. So we'll go back to green flag conditions here in just a moment. We'll wait for the pace track. In fact, we'll go one more time around. So white flag, lap number 103. So once again, a big thanks to everyone over the past couple of days. Sport is, yeah, it's overwhelming. Anyhow, we'll get back to it. Let me know if the microphone levels sounds okay, whether I need to turn up my microphone level, or whether I need to turn up the sounds level as well. Like I said, we're playing with a new microphone tonight. Corey Zatinsky from Chad Miller, Alan Samel, Chris Roberts, and Jeff Fitzpatrick. In fact, it's James Taylor in the 32. So Samel in 3rd, trying to run down the 16 of Chad Miller. Meanwhile, Corey Zatinsky out in front by a good 3 car lengths right now. Down the back straight away, it is Zatinsky from Miller, from Samel, Roberts through the middle of the racetrack. Here comes Taylor on the outside, trying to work that cushion through turns 3 and 4. The 90 of Fitzpatrick. Henselman and Schaefer battling it out side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Henselman in position number 7 and looking to come after 6 right now. Fitzpatrick slides up in front of him. Meanwhile, Taylor on the outside of Chris Roberts, and that's for 4th and 5th at the moment. Meanwhile, your top 3 starting to pull away. Almost a battle for the race sheet here, and I expect there to be here in the next couple of laps. Will Chad Miller, will he go for the early dive bomb in this race, knowing that there's still 80 odd laps to go? He goes to the middle in 3 and 4, but the cushion right now is too fast. And Sewell rides the cushion through 3 and 4, as does Taylor. Now here is the battle for 6 on back. Henselman now on the outside of Fitzpatrick. Roberts has gotten past Fitzpatrick again for 5th. Henselman in the 21. He's got a choice to make. He might just sit in, tuck in behind the 93 at the moment. Meanwhile, Schaefer and Fitzpatrick duking it out right behind Tyler Henselman and Chris Roberts. So no change to your top three at the moment. In fact, no change to the top order. And Satinsky once again going to lead off into 3 and 4. At the moment, the top side is fairly dominant right now as we see the drivers running the high side at pretty much all the way around the racetrack. And what they're doing is they're pushing the loose dirt towards the top of the racetrack, and that's where you'll see the real big cushion start to develop. Miller now. Well, he's got a chance to make something happen. Now, this is for the race lead. Yes, they are teammates. But they also want to be the first to pick up the Dream 100 win here, thanks to the Dirty Old Bastards. Miller's got a little bit of a run on Zatinsky. I feel like he's probably about 3/4 throttle right now in the middle of the turns, not trying to run over his teammate, not like I did to Tim Smith in a street stock because he was so slow. But just because he's got a run right now. Zatinsky holding off the 16 of Miller. And they both look good at the moment as they're really starting to check out from Alan Samel. They've got nearly a 2-second gap back to the 73. As we see Henselman in 6th. He's just fallen away off Chris Roberts there, who's in 5th at the moment. And James Taylor in the 32. Doing a nice job in 4th place. Alan Samel holding down 3rd. And back up towards the front of the field. In fact, let's go back towards the back. As Drew Neal starting to make some pass on some cars. Yes, he's a lap down, but he's trying to race back onto the lead lap. Nothing wrong with that. Drew Neal on that LNS Express Wicked Cushion at number 9. Here is Schaefer looking to the inside of Fitzpatrick through turns 1 and 2. Fitzpatrick, a solid job right now, sitting in 7th position. He's kept the car nice and straight. And Schaefer once again trying to make something happen of this one. Meanwhile, back to your front 2 drivers. At the moment, it's Corey Zatinsky in the 007, Chad Miller in the 16. There's less than a car length separating these 2 drivers right now, but with plenty of laps left to run. We'll have the white flag out at lap 103. There's been some testing when it comes to fuel in these cars, and they say when you fill the tank right up with 1 caution, you'll make 100 laps here at the Eldora Speedway, and obviously caution laps do not count here with the Dirty Old Bastards. Something they've done pretty much since they created this league, and let me tell you, it is one of the best leagues out there. Satinsky now, well, lap traffic is going to play a factor here. The 69 of Joshua Sikor. He's now in front of your leaders. As how does Satinsky play this one? Lap cars. In fact, Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick in the 90. Oh, Satinsky trying to split the 2. Man, that is a gutsy and ballsy move right there. Fitzpatrick trying to hold his line. He's trying to let the 2 lead cars go on by without trying to race him. So a smart move there by the 90, knowing that, well, he's going to be put a lap down regardless. So he just holds his line, holds his nerve, and well done to Fitzpatrick. Sikor into the wall as Samel gets on by. So the lap cars not wreaking too much havoc here this evening, which is nice to see. However, Zatinsky, well, if you look up what's in front of him, in fact, we're going to go on board with Zatinsky right now. So we are on board with Corey Zatinsky, a race leader, and he looking to put the 77 a lap down. You see what it's like to run a super late model around the Eldora Speedway in the Dream 100. And here we go. So now these two cars, Henselman and Schaefer, they're battling for positions. Drew Neal, well, because he missed the start, he's already a lap down, but he's still got a right to be on the racetrack. And at the moment, he's in front of these guys. So, you know, he's doing his own thing out in front. And with these lap cars right now, oh, Henselman into the wall. He keeps it going. He doesn't lose. He loses one spot, but he's going to lose a ton of ground into turns 1 and 2. Schaefer. He's just right on the top side of the racetrack right now. Zatinsky. Well, if I'm Zatinsky, you've got to find a way around him. And even if that means pulling the big slide job or even trying to change lanes at him. Now there's the slide job, and look at that. Oh my, Schaefer was in a 1-2 sandwich right there, and Miller now puts the slider on Schaefer. And he's now going to come back after the 007 of Corey Zatinsky. Now Drew Neal, the next car, if he gets past here by Zatinsky, that's going to put him 2 laps down. And that's not what he wants to see right now. He does not want to see the 007 come in front of him. And here it comes, slide job, no, and here comes Miller back on the outside. In fact, he got the cushion and almost got into the back bumper of the 007, got out of the gas to avoid from wrecking the 2 right now. So Zatinsky having a tough time right now trying to pass these lap cars. In fact, we'll go back and look at some other cars at the moment. Now the 73, that is Alan Samel riding in 3rd position, passes his teammate Tyler Henselman, Joshua Sakor. He gets around Tyler Henselman as well. James Taylor in the 32 in 4th. Got a fair gap back to the 93 of Chris Roberts. In fact, Roberts in fact about to go a lap down Drew Neal to the middle of the racetrack, and that allows Corey Zatinsky. He will get on by the the 9, the 007 is Corey Zatinsky. And Chad Miller now. Now he's got a chance to put Drew Neal a lap down, in which he does so. So there's probably half to 3/4 of a back straightaway distance between Chad Miller and Corey Zatinsky. As we've just completed 46 on the board. You take away the 3, so technically we've completed 43 laps. Chris Roberts in 5th place, going a lap down as well. So Zatinsky putting work on this field right now. Here in the opening stages, or the opening half of this race distance. Now Chad Miller will also get around the 93 of Chris Roberts. So we've just got the 4 cars left on the lead lap at the moment. So watching the drivers from the flag stand point of view. But still, Corey Zatinsky out in front. Chad Miller in the 16 as well. Still in second, and there's about a second separating those 2 drivers right now at the moment. And well, Jeff Fitzpatrick in Kalamanani going to go another lap down here in just a moment. As he's now going to be 2 laps down. In fact, 2 cars are 2 laps down. Drew Neal and Jeff Fitzpatrick. Tyler Henselman, Joshua Sakor, Schaefer, and Chris Roberts. They are a lap down. Jesse Bandy, in fact, back in the pits. He is, well, he's missed probably the last 30 odd laps. So just the 4 cars. And now Miller, the gap starting to increase from himself and Corey Zatinsky. It's now almost up to a 2.5 in the 007. Looking to become the first Dream 100 winner here for the Dirty Old Bastards. Here in the Super Late Models, live from the Eldora Speedway, brought to you by Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion and Colby's Eye Paints and City Group Holdings as well. Henselman now trying not to go 2 laps down, but Zatinsky, he is right on. And to take a quote from Joe Wright, he's right on his back deck lid. Into 1 and 2, Henselman continuing to ride the top of the racetrack. Zatinsky trying to put it to the low side. And Henselman holding firm on the top of the racetrack as this cushion starts to build and build. Chris Roberts in the 93 in 5th position. You're watching the 93 on screen right now. And well, the beautifully presented Wicked Cushion, Blue Sphere Corporation, Dirty Old Bastards. Number 93. And you're watching Drew Neal on screen behind him in car number 9 in the Wicked Cushion LNS Express. Number 9. Alan Samel on the Wicked Cushion and Blue Sphere Corporation, Dirty Old Bastards. Number 73. Here is Fitzpatrick battling with Joshua Secor. Secor in 6th. In fact, Secor getting around Fitzpatrick in the 90. Schaefer and Taylor duking it out. Now James Taylor in the 32 riding in position number 4. Schaefer in 3rd. And there goes Zatinsky and Miller. Both around Henselman. And look at the gap now from what was a 1.5 second lead down to half a second. So over the course of the previous 5 or 6 laps, it has been Chad Miller who has gained ground on the 007, Corey Zatinsky. This track site at the moment with the Super Late model, the big tyres, the big horsepower, they are ripping this track up and they're just pushing all the dirt to the top of the racetrack. The bottom side, well, it's still got some moisture in them, and the caution is out. And let's have a look. And it looked like yeah, there we go, the 21, Tyler Henselman going back to pit road. So I believe that was just Tyler Henselman. Well, that's just an iRacing caution. Henselman may have had some damage to that race car, but, you know, doing the smart thing and driving it back to pit road, it's definitely not the 21's fault. In fact, let's see if we can try and grab a word with him. I'm not sure whether he's going to want to have a chat or not. I'll ring him down and see if he wants to have a chat. He's got his stuff muted, so we're going to chat with him. But was he now 5? He was 2 laps down, but you know, still a 10th place finish here for the driver of the 21. So let's listen in to race control.
Once again, single file, guys. So white flag lap 106. So looks like 39 to go. Leader may fire anytime after the truck pulls off when they reach the first Eldora logo outside turn 4.
There you go, that's from race control directly. And here we go, Corey Zatinsky as the field will bunch back up. Zatinsky, the pace truck is off and we are back underway here at Eldora. Has anyone got anything for the 007? Has Chad Miller got something? Maybe Alan Samel or the 32 of James Taylor. Caution is out again. So we've got the 77 of Aaron Shaver. Let's take a look at a Colby's Eye Paints instant replay to see what happened here to the 77. Looks like he might have been caught up in somebody else's. Alright, so let's go back and have a look at the 93 of Chris Roberts. Oh, getting turned there by the 69 there of Joshua Secor. Pretty sure he lifted there. So on board with Secor here at the moment. In fact, let's look at that again and look at the RPMs. Maybe not. Look at the RPMs, they stay where they're at, so this is why the caution had come out. You see the 69 of Secor getting into the back bumper of the 93 Chris Robertson. Well, poor old Schaefer had nowhere to go, and poor old Roberts, well, you see the result of that one, missing the front bumper. So lights are out on the pace truck into turn number 3. Into turn 4, it'll take the left-hand turn. There it goes.
Green flag, green flag.
There we go. We are back underway here at Eldora. White flag at lap number 109. So you heard it, about 38 to go. And on screen is your third and fourth place car right now. The 73 of Alan Smell in third. James Taylor in the 32 in fourth. And those are your 4 cars on the lead lap. Positions fifth, Joshua Secor. 1 lap down as Taylor a little bit squirrely coming out of turn number 2 in that 32 machine. As Drew Neal right in behind him, trying to race his way back onto a lead lap, but he's down by 2, so it's going to be tough. As speaking of Drew Neal, he got a little bit out of shape off the cushion there, and that is very unlike Drew Neal. Chris Roberts now looking to the outside, but we'll have a look back at our front runners right now. Zatinsky starting to pull away from Chad Miller, and this is your battle still for third and fourth at the moment. Samel in the 73 in position number 3. And position 4 is the 32 of James Taylor. They're about 3 seconds away from our race leader, but your race leader Zatinsky, you see just going past the flag stand there on the bottom of your screen. He has got 3/4 of a second lead over Chad Miller, and then you got a 2.5 second lead back to Alan Samel, and nearly a 3 second lead to James Taylor. So as drivers, they are spread out at the moment. We do have the white flag at lap number 109, so we're coming up on 30 laps to go as we come past the start finish line right now. So roughly a feature race distance left, and here we go. Chad Miller, he's caught up to the 007 right now, and your race is on for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Zatinsky in the 007, he's had it all his own way in the opening 70 laps of this race. And Chad Miller, he's just been biding his time, just waiting. Miller now, he's got to make a choice when he goes for the slider. He doesn't want to do it too early. He doesn't want to do it too late either. So it's all about whether he can get a run on the 007 good enough to throw the dive bomb going into turns either 1 or 3 to make it happen. Or maybe he just wants to wait for a mistake from Corey Zatinsky in the 007. And there's the mistake that we were just talking about. Into the wall, side by side for the race lead. Chad Miller leads that lap, and now goes to the front of the field, slides up to the cushion, and now Zatinsky. Oh, there's contact between the two, and Zatinsky back to the race lead. An unintentional contact there from Zatinsky got into the back of Miller, and Miller got all sorts of sideways in turns number 3. He saved it from spinning out. And Zatinsky back to the lead. He's led all but 1 lap. And Miller, once again, he's got a run through turns 3 and 4. He got a great run. In fact, just caught the wall in the middle of turn 3 and 4 there. So that certainly stopped the process. And now he's Well, he's caught back up to the 007 of Zatinsky. Miller once again sliding up to the cushion. Fitzpatrick going another lap down as Zatinsky and Miller both rail the top past the 90. And now Miller, I expect it in the next couple of laps because Miller, he's been getting a good run as of late. He just needs to get into the corner and get it on the bottom side and literally throw the big slide job on each other. Yeah, KO, they are trying to kill each other. Zatinsky around the outside of Schaefer. Schaefer rides the middle in 3 and 4. He'll go to the low side into turns 1 and 2 to let your leaders by. So we've got about 20 to run, I believe. As we are now getting into the nitty-gritty of the Dream 100, thanks to the dirty old bastards here. The Super Late Models at Eldora Speedway. Oh, Zatinsky into the wall again. And he's going to lose a couple of tenths. But he's still your race leader. And I get the feeling a slide job is about to happen. In probably the next 5 laps. Oh, wow. Miller got a great run on Zatinsky. You've seen the car get real sideways as he stabbed the brake to stop from Dor and Zatinsky. So Miller's showing the respect there to his teammate. And you just see, well, the gap is riding out to almost a second now as well. Okay, so this is what I'm getting so far. Zatinsky is so much faster through turns 1 and 2, but through 3 and 4, Miller, he finds a lot more speed. So Miller right now, it's gone from 0.919, it's now down to 0.483. So he's picked up just over 4 tenths at the moment, or 5 tenths almost. And through 1 and 2 again. They come into turns 1 and 2. And this is where Zatinsky, he will start to pull away. But then you'll see Miller come in screen right now as well. What a ride on the cushion. Through 3 and 4 that was for Zatinsky. And Roberts now coming up to get another lap down if they can get by. So we're on lap 96 of the 109. In fact, we're on lap 97 of the 109, so we've got 13 to run, I believe. Zatinsky, he has got that cushion figured out. You see Miller flicking up some clay on the exit of turn number 4 there, and just look at how big that cushion is starting to build. So Roberts already been 2 laps down right now as Chad Miller gets on his outside. Now the gap is down to it's up to a 1.250 advantage for Zatinsky. Now it goes to 1.383, so he's picked up over a tenth and a bit there on that last lap. And well, the 007 now, he's not wasting. Oh no, Fitzpatrick! Oh boy, Zatinsky may have just pocket up. Because let me tell you, Fitzpatrick got all sorts of sideways in turns 3 and 4. And now look, here comes the slide job. Oh, there's the slider from Miller. Zatinsky with a crossover. Side by sides, we're coming up. We're less than 10 laps from being complete. And Chad Miller, thanks to the mistake from Fitzpatrick, it's given Miller, and now Zatinsky, he's so unsettled, he's gotten into the wall, and he is now a second away from Chad Miller. And albeit right now, Chad Miller just needs to hang on and put 6 or 7, maybe 8 laps together. In fact, we just heard the 5 to go signal right there. So 2.5 miles to run. 20 turns for the 16 of Chad Miller. Zatinsky, well, he's got to tighten those belts, get up on the wheel, and try and reel in as it's now 1.5 second advantage Yeah, it was a great race for the lead. And, well, lap traffic in the last 3 laps, they could play a factor, as they did when Miller got to the race lead. And it's down to 1.283. So he's slowly starting to catch, but with 2 laps to go off of turn number 4. In fact, 3. I should be a lap ahead of myself. So 1.5 mile, make that 1 mile to run now. 2 more to run, and Zatinsky, well, he's starting to catch up to the 16, and the gap is now 3/4 of a second into 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. Zatinsky, he's got to run. The white flag is out right now. The Dream 100 winner will be decided within less than half a mile. The race is on for the lead into 3 and 4. Miller on the top side. Zatinsky with the slide jump from Howell. Oh, he gets into the wall, and Miller, he crosses him back underneath, and Chad Miller getting the job done. What a race between the teammates. Chad Miller and Corey Zatinsky went at it tooth and nail. We take a look at our City Group Holdings finishing results. So a fantastic race. Chad Miller comes away with the win. Zatinsky in second. Third went to Alan Samel. James Taylor in fourth. Joshua Secor, Chris Roberts, Drew Neal, Aaron Schaefer, Jeff Fitzpatrick, Tyler Henselman rounded up the top 10. Whoop. Just to do it again, just to go over the page here, Jesse Bandy and Jesse Hare were 11th and 12th. So well done to our top 3. In fact, hopefully these guys are in Teams, not TeamSpeak. What are we in? We're in Discord. In fact, all 3 of them are, so well done. And we'll start by bringing in our 3rd place finisher here this evening in car number 73, Alan Samo. Alan, congratulations on a 3rd place. Well, the 2 out in front were just too good in the end, but yourself, for 3rd place, you've got to be happy with the result.
Under the circumstances, yes, I am. I had absolutely nothing for those 2 up front. They were fast and clean, and yeah, I gave it all I got.
And what was this track getting towards the end of this racetrack? I mean, it looked like it was the cushion. I mean, from what we've seen lately, you know, the cushion has been, you know, so dominant. But with the update, what's the cushion like now?
It's still really dominant the whole time. The top was dominant the whole time.
Oh man, after 100 laps, you know, around Eldora in a Super Late model, would you say this is a car that you wouldn't normally drive?
This is not a car we normally drive. We run this on the Masters of Dirt every once in a while and special events, but we're normally in sprint cars, so they're a handful and they're fun.
What can you take from a sprint car and apply it to a late model, if there is any? I mean, what are the differences between the 2? Obviously, you know, the big the horsepower is pretty much the same, but you know, that wing certainly pulls you down. But yeah, what are the main differences between the 2?
This thing feels a little bit more like a shoebox to me, but if you can get the right setup, they're a lot of fun. But definitely a little different, a little more boxy, a little more sweeping turns, maybe.
Well, man, well done on the 3rd place here in the Dirty Old Bastards Dream 100 here from Eldora. We know you got some people you want to thank.
Yes, we want to thank Wicked Cushion, Blue Sphere, Ultimate Dirt TV, and yourself, Brent. Thanks to everybody who came out. We're a little disappointed. We're missing 10 or so people tonight, but we gave it our best. And thanks, Brett, to you for everything you've done.
All right, there we go. Alan Samel home in 3rd place. Home in 2nd place in the 007 is Corey Zatinsky. Corey, well, you might be a little bit hard done by here. You led about 90 of the 100 laps. I mean, you know, that car was a rocket ship, but lap traffic played a part in the end.
Yeah, that's a part of these long races. You gotta be able to manage lap traffic, and I don't have a lot of seat time under my belt for 100-lap races like this, so it just comes with experience being able to navigate through there. So, but he didn't, I didn't run into anybody. It was just trying to navigate through, and no harm, no foul. So.
And what's it like? Obviously, you said seat time is a big thing for you. I mean, what are the main classes that you run when you get a chance to have some seat time?
I try to run everything, even on the asphalt side, the road side, especially recently. I try to have the wheel in my hand as much as possible. Running with UWU Motorsports, you got guys, teammates like, Tim Smith, Michael Sheridan, Chris Brenner, all these guys that they share the setups and everything and information. The tools are all there. These guys are all a lot faster, and, it's just a matter of me sitting down and running more to catch up to them. Seat time is extremely valuable in this.
Well, man, you as I said, you led probably 90 of the laps here tonight. Those last 10 laps, when Chad got by, he had a 2.5 lead. Going into those last 5 laps, you actually reeled him in by that 1.5 seconds. You come into 1 and 2 on the final lap, 3 and 4. You get a run in 1 and 2, and talk about what was going through your mind going into 3 and 4 for the race lead for the win as well.
I wanted to throw it in. I definitely was going for the slide job, but it's really hard to slide job when that track's so blown out. I didn't want to door him. I know he got by me previously, and I kind of got in the back of him and threw him in the wall, so I didn't really want to do anything super dirty there. But I threw it in, and it just slid. It didn't bite anywhere. It just slid all the way up and hit the wall, and that was that. But I tried my best, but I was happy I was at least able to reel him in there at the end.
Well, second place, so big congratulations to yourself on getting second in the Dream 100 here, presented by the Dirty Old Bastards. But look, why don't you thank some sponsors that make it all happen for you, buddy?
First, UWU, those guys wouldn't be here without them. They are incredible with the setups and information, like I said. I know that Wicked Cushion doesn't really sponsor us in the late models, more on the sprint cars, but I'll shout them out as well. You guys at Ultimate Dirt TV, for sure. You guys put on some of the best broadcasts. So if you guys don't follow them on Facebook, you better do that now. And then the Next Gen Fab, and then the DOB League for putting this on for us tonight. And Chad for the win.
All right, there we go. Corey Zatinsky in second place, and he only leads about 10 laps of the 100 lapper, but he leads the most important one. It was the final one. Chad Miller, congratulations on the win here. You must be super excited about picking up the Dream 100 win here on the Super Late Models at Eldora.
Oh yeah, man, that was as awesome as it could be, considering the one lane. But yeah, I had fun.
And talk about the strategy going into such a long race. You spent the majority of the race behind Corey there, and you picked him off, I think, at around with about 20 to go or 25 to go, and then a lap later he kind of gets into the back of you. Your car gets a little sideways, and then you're just pretty much riding in behind him. I mean, what was the strategy going into it?
Well, I've never run a long race on dirt, so I've been running those 40 lappers, the week 13 sling mud for fun races, and running it with full fuel, just get a feel of how it was going to go. And Corey and I were both running very similar sets, so I knew we were going to be, pretty identical in time wise. And anyway, yeah, I got around him when he made a mistake, and he got right back into me. It was no big deal, and it all worked out.
It took about those last 5 laps. You had 1.5 second lead. At that point, were you looking down at the relative just to see if he was closing in or anything, or were you just trying to focus on hitting your marks going into each corner?
Every time I look at my relative, I hit the wall. So I was mainly focusing straight ahead, trying not to let that right rear get into the wall, because I'd been running really sloppy for leading up to those last 10 laps, and I finally got it together and was able to click off some good ones. So, yeah, I was just looking straight ahead.
Well, the update that's come out, for 4 or 5 days ago, do you think that it's helped the cushion in some way, to try and slow it down? I mean, what are your thoughts on the cushion, considering that you guys just ran 100 laps here at Eldora, and it's pretty much been the top side from lap 1?
Well, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think it helped it at all. I don't know if it made it any worse than what it was, but it's not realistic in the fact that you're not going to get a slicked off track and get faster and faster. And if you look at our lap times, our fastest laps are right there at the end of the race. So I still think they need to work on it quite a bit. But I mean, it's a work in progress, and it seems like maybe now they're going to be starting to listen to us a little bit more. From what I've been reading in the forums lately, they're going to be listening to some of our feedback. Maybe we can get it going right in the right direction.
What was going through your mind on that last lap when Corey had sort of reeled you in, going into 3 and 4? Did you feel like a slider was coming?
Oh yeah, I felt it and I heard it, and so I knew it had to. Because I did look down and I did see he was quite a ways back, but then I heard him, I heard him coming good, so I knew it would have been a hard one to complete. So I just kind of let him go and drove back under him. So.
Well, what does it mean for you to pick up the first ever Dirty Old Bastards Dream 100 win here this evening?
Man, it's awesome. I haven't been a consistent DOB, driver. Way back when Dirt first came out, DOB was the first league that I really joined, and Chris is a great guy, and Alan and the rest of the guys, Tyler, and I met Brenner and Tim and all those guys racing DOB. So, I mean, yeah, it's great, and Chris puts on a good show, and he does his best to make it fun. Some things are so damn serious that it's not any fun.
Well, congratulations on the win, and why don't you thank the people who make it all happen for you, buddy?
Well, first of all, I wanna thank you, man. I think everybody knows what's going on with your situation. We love to hear you in the booth, but we love to hear you, period. And thank you for doing such a good job, broadcasting and making it fun for everybody, making it fun for people watching on the internet and fun for us. And so thank you, and Ultimate Dirt TV and Chris, of course, the guys at DOB, UW. Let's see here, Wicked Cushion, Next Gen Fab, and my teammates at UW Motorsports. And it feels good to win one every once in a while. I'm not one of those Ohio idiots.
Well done on the win, Chad.
All right, man. Take care, brother.
All right, there we go. Chad Miller comes away with the win here after 100 laps. Corey Zatinsky in second, Alan Summel in third, James Taylor rounded out our fourth, and I believe Chris Roberts got a fifth place finish there in the end. So well done to the driver of the 16. A big thanks to the Dirty Old Bastards for not only putting on the Dream 100 here in the super late models at Eldora, and a big thanks to those guys for allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to cover the action. I believe next Tuesday night we'll be back in action for season 3, I think this is, for the Dirty Old Bastards, and I believe it's now the Wicked Cushion 360 Wing Sprint Cars and 410 Sprint Car Series on a Thursday night. So we'll be back covering those races once again this season. So big thanks to Wicked Cushion and Dirty Old Bastards. And that'll wrap us up here from Eldora Speedway. Once again, on behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, my name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you all for the support over the past couple of days. It's been fantastic just to see that everyone, coming out and giving me their love and support. So thank you all, and I will be back on the microphone throughout the next however long until I'm pretty much told they're not going to run anymore. But thank you. Well done to Chad Miller. Well done to Corey Zatinsky. Well done to Alan Samel. Big thanks to Chris Roberts and the guys at Dirty Old Bastards. And make sure you check them out on Facebook. Make sure you check out Wicked Cushion on Facebook, Twitter. Check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. And don't forget SETI Group Holdings. Check them out on the web at www.seti.com. That's CEDI.com. We'll see you Tuesday night for round number 1 of the Blues. Oh, no, in fact, I'm so used to saying it over the past 3 months, of the Dirty Old Bastards and Wicked Cushion 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Good night.